As you can see, it's crazy.
The Japanese people, they don't know much about God.
We believe that all Christians are missionaries.
We're still alive. They're looking for hope in life. They're looking for peace. They're looking for the answers that only God can provide.
The small but heavily populated island of Japan floats between the Sea of Japan and the North Pacific Ocean. The mountainous terrain of this country forces its people to congregate along the coast in huge metropolitan cities. In fact, the nearly 128 million people who reside on this island, smaller than the size of California, make Japan one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Japan consists of more than 4,000 small islands, but it has four main pieces of real estate the Japanese call home. Hokkaido to the north, Kyushu to the south, Shikoku, the smallest of the four, and Honshu, the main island, and where we find ourselves today. It may come as no surprise that Japan boasts one of the best economies in the whole world. The people also enjoy one of the longest life expectancies of any other country. However, despite what seems to be an oasis in the Pacific, loneliness and hopelessness abound. A recent Gallup survey revealed that more than 10% of the Japanese people wished they had never been born. Globe missionaries Josh and Akiko Jones have followed God's calling to bring a new life to the people of Japan, a life full of hope, one found in Christ alone.
We've seen that Japan is a nation that on the surface seems to have everything they need. But under that surface, we see people that are looking for hope in life. They're looking for answers to life's questions. And we believe that God has given us that hope, that through God, all things are possible, and that we can have peace and joy in our lives. And we believe that God has called us to share that with the Japanese people.
When I left Japan, I was really escaping. I wanted to leave this country, and I really did not think that I'll be back. But God definitely changed my heart, and God gave me a wonderful husband who has a heart to serve Japanese people. So I don't know how God did it, but it's just amazing. We're here in Japan now and serving God as family.
Japan is not a developing country. They've got everything they need. They've got great health care, they have a great education, great infrastructure. But what you'll find here is that under the surface there's a longing for hope. There's a sense of looking for meaning and purpose in life. And there's a great spiritual need.
In an attempt to reach that spiritual need, Josh started an English school called Zoe Cafe. While Josh provides his students with English-speaking skills, he has something much more important to share with them, the life of Christ.
If you see a long word and you don't know what it means, to use the root word, which is the very center part of the word.
I was reminded of a verse in John chapter 10 where Christ said, "I have come that they would have life and have it more abundantly." And the word for life he used in the Greek was actually Zoe. And so the idea behind Zoe Cafe was that we would create a place where people could learn English, but at the same time that we could build relationships and share this love and the hope that Christ gives us.
Number 2, I'm jumping.
She's playing tennis.
She's playing tennis.
Okay, so draw you on the tree. So this is just one of the ways that we're able to meet people in the community and build relationships. And good. Thank you. Okay, so what is this? Through teaching these children, I'm able to get to know the parents better and also actually teaching one of the parents.
Natural tendency to just say pa. Just pa. Okay. Pak, you go up.
Josh is one of the greatest teacher, I think, English teacher. Why? Because he's kind and kind of saint.
I've seen many places and I've met many English teachers in Japan and in England and in Australia. And I can say that Joshua is one of the best ones. I don't want to say that the other teachers are bad, They are good, but Joshua is sincere and hardworking and think about your progress.
Josh's work at Zoe Cafe serves as a living example of John 13:35, when Jesus told those closest to him, "By this all men will know you are my disciples, if you love one another." Josh's students recognize there's something different about him, and they want to learn more.
I have many questions about America, about Christian, about Western culture. Then I asked Joshua, explain me as well as he could. So I'm very interested in his story.
I want to learn more than English. For me, English is a sort of a tool to communicate, and I want to learn more than that.
When we come back, we go from learning English to learning the Bible.
Each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning.
And things really get cooking when Josh and Akiko host a barbecue.
I think this is the kind of maximum we can have in the house. Just so you can see. It's crazy.
All over the world's Missionographer Training Academy. It's where missions and digital filmmaking meet, and where people just like you not only learn the art, but also the heart of missions video. Enroll in our intensive 4-day workshop and you will get expert instruction on how to create inspiring video. With hands-on shooting and editing, you may even be picked to help produce a future all over the world show. Workshops are enrolling now. To find out more, go to www.aotw.tv.
The majority of Japanese are known to follow Buddhism and Shinto. Many are very tolerant of other religions and may even practice more than one at a given time. But the Christian belief of one God can often be tough for the Japanese to grasp.
いや、あんま神とかはいないと思いますけど、いたら多分自分の好きな人とかが神みたいな感じになると思います。
神は存在しないんじゃないかと思いますね。なぜならあまりにもなんか俺が不幸すぎる気が。
Globe missionaries Josh and Akiko Jones have come to Japan to build friendships with the Japanese people and to share with them the love of the one true God. But Josh and Akiko are not alone. In 2008, Globe missionaries Nathan and Taryn Black came to serve in Japan. Nathan and Taryn both teach English and want to help Josh and Akiko in building a foundational faith in God among the Japanese people.
It's said that the Japanese are born Shinto, they're married Christian, and that they are buried Buddhist. So they really they don't hold tightly to any one religion.
We really would like to see something established here in Japan as far as we would love to see some house churches planted and some people, some strong leaders that we know without a doubt that they've experienced God in a way that they will not sway, but we know confidently that this is the decision that they've made for good and that now we're leaving them to influence those around them.
We are here planting house churches. Our goal is to start churches that will reproduce. Right now we have one meeting in our home, and the idea is just to keep things simple, keep things easy, but at the same time teach people how to study the Bible for themselves. This is not a religion that's being forced on them. This is not something that we're trying to preach to them. It's just, it's one beggar leading another beggar to food.
I enjoy reading about the Bible and then having to learn ideas from Josh and all these guys. Since I met them, I felt like I've learned a lot about being a Christian.
I'm very curious about Christianity and the Bible. That's why I usually come Joshua's house to study. Yeah.
As a Japanese, Christian religion, Christianity is something quite, can I say exotic? Exotic.
At the Bible study, everything was new to me because I knew very little about Christianity.
People of all walks of faith are making it to the Bible studies at Josh and Akiko's home, whether they are already a professing Christian or they come simply out of curiosity. Either way, these missionaries are seeing God at work.
Through the week, they're thinking about the things that we've read. One girl told me in the Bible study that she wanted to know what was the way that she could get into this kind of relationship with God, get out of the theory of religion and actually get into a relationship.
About once a month, Josh and Akiko plan a social event to open up their home and invite more friends to the weekly Bible study. We have just so happened to catch them on one of these days, so get ready for a good old-fashioned barbecue.
Today it's Saturday. We're going to have a barbecue in just 7 hours here, and we're going to invite probably about 20 or 30 people into our home this evening. We're going to grill out, we're going to eat together, and we'll just play some games and give them a basic introduction of what we're doing with the Bible study, and hopefully we'll have some of those people come the next week. My chili is a very mysterious dish, a combination of tomatoes, different types of meats, maybe food that's about to go bad, food that already has gone bad. Once you throw it all together in a pot and you cook it for a couple of hours, it really is difficult to tell just what's in there. But I think it'll turn out just nice.
So while Josh gets cooking with his mystery chili, Akiko makes a quick visit to the grocery store.
Do you want to pick something? Can you pick this?
Meanwhile, Josh continues to perfect his chili, but if he expects to get this done on time, he may need to pick up the pace a bit. That's better. All right, let's leave Josh with his chili and check in on Nathan, who's having some trouble of his own.
We have been spending about an hour trying to get these coals going. We finally got them lit after some lighter fluid gel, the lighter that comes with the coal, and then a propane torch. The propane torch did it.
Back inside, Josh continues to slave over his chili, but people are hungry, so let's cut straight to the barbecue.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came tonight. I know we have a lot of new people, new faces here tonight.
I think this is the kind of maximum we can have in the house. Just so you can see, it's crazy.
It's going really well. We just counted, we have somewhere near 40 people here, which is definitely the highest so far. We've run out of plates, cups, dishes, and we've gone through the whole cabinet, so we're now washing dishes that have been used, trying to get more people some food and drinks. We have Americans, Japanese, Filipinos, and Brazilians here, and so we got 4 different languages that are sort of floating about, and it's just a neat experience to see and hear all the different cultural diversity here.
Put an old shoe in it.
Yeah. I got socks.
Yeah, I thought it smelled funny.
No, it looks funny. I like it.
Very rich broth.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. I think good. Yeah. How was the chili?
It was off the hook.
Really good.
Okay, well, it looks like our chili has been accepted.
This is my friend Lara. She's been coming to the Bible study now for about a month. And through that, we've become good friends.
Well, honestly, I don't really know a lot about the Bible, so coming here has been very informational for me. It's a learning experience. Based on the questions, there are basically 6 questions asked every session, and these questions are eye-openers for me.
It's an application of Bible verse in different ways, like in work or at home, in school. That's why I brought my kids here, is to share the love of God to other Japanese people. We've been sharing the gospel to elementary kids while they're still young. They go to our house, we feed them, and then we share the love of God.
When we come back, Akiko and Taryn spend some time with the girls, while Josh and Nathan take a few guys up Mount Fuji in the dark.
I'm so weak now.
All Over the World is now looking for feature producers. If you have a talent in media production and would like to join the All Over the World production team, then visit us online and become a part of a national, award-winning television series. Visit www.aotw.tv to register. Use your talents to help missionaries around the world.
Would you like to bring All Over the World to your church or ministry? You can by purchasing the All Over the World Worldview Small Group Experience. This 6-week small group curriculum features and includes 6 of our most popular programs. Watch the shows and document your own quest with your personal travel log. You and your group will experience what God is doing around the world and find out how you can join the adventure. For more information, visit www.aotw.tv.
Japan is a country full of hard-working people, and the city of Hamamatsu is no exception. In fact, this industrious city is the birthplace of a couple manufacturers you may know, Suzuki and Honda. While it's great to work hard, it is easy to become a slave to work, and as the Japanese economy has declined recently, that's precisely what has happened to many Japanese people. But Globe missionaries Josh and Akiko Jones have come to Japan to build genuine relationships with the often isolated Japanese people. They have come so that these newfound friends may give up their slavery to work and find hope in Christ.
Until the 1940s, the Japanese worshipped the emperor as their god. After the Second World War, they turned to worship their employer. They're finding now that even their employer doesn't have all of the answers. They're looking for hope in life. They're looking for peace. They're looking for the answers that only God can provide.
Society, maybe your parents, your teachers, they will try to make you do things by telling you how bad you are doing and how weak you are. They have to do more and more and more. And there's just no hope at the end that they're not good enough all the time.
There's an underlying current of hopelessness, of aimlessness. If you don't make it in the system, if you don't fit in, then there's not much love for you.
To create an opportunity to encourage and build stronger relationships with a few of the guys, Josh and Nathan decided to take them up Mount Fuji. As if that doesn't sound tough enough, they decided to make the climb through the night. But as Josh says, it's not about reaching the top or even the pain from your aching muscles. It's the relationships you build along the way.
Well, we're always looking for ways to build relationships, and so tonight we've got 2 events planned. We're going to take the guys and hike to the top of Mount Fuji. There are 7 of us going, and we're looking forward to that. And the women are going to stay here back at the house and do a women's craft night, I believe, paint some toenails and that sort of stuff. And so it's going to be a great night. All right, let's go.
And with that said, Mission Fuji has begun. Let's meet our climbers.
Now we're leaving at night because I've heard that there's a truly majestic sunrise from the top of Mount Fuji. The summit is at 12,000 feet. It's the highest point in Japan, and so we're going to be getting up to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill up there. And I've found in the past that nothing really bonds guys together like a good bit of adversity.
As the guys head to the mountain, the women start the girls' night, a chance for Kiko and Taryn to really invest in a few of the Japanese women.
Akko and I have started meeting on Thursday nights and trying to do kind of like a girls' time, and we're trying to decide on a book to go through together. And so my goal is to eventually become close enough to this person that Akko and I can spend some time discipling them.
Looks like they're pretty well set here. Let's catch up with the guys.
Everybody ready to go? I think so. Where do we go? Which way? Up. So far everything's been closed, and a couple of guys didn't bring any hiking sticks. And it's got a lot of loose soil, so we're slipping and sliding here. Loaned out one stick and my flashlight, and my backup flashlight I did not bring batteries for. So I'm going to be seeing in the dark here. Still alive.
I'm really tired. There's a thin oxygen, so I can't breathe. Yeah, so it's really harder than I imagined.
Down below, the guys can see a trail of headlamps of those hiking behind them.
You know, I planned this trip thinking this would be a great way for these guys to get to know us better, to build some trust. But I'm realizing these relationships are a two-way thing, and I'm really beginning to appreciate these guys and really enjoying what's happening here on the mountain.
I'm so weak now.
We're almost there. Well, we made it to the top of Mount Fuji. All 7 in the team got up here, and 3 of us headed on around the rim and found a good place to set up camp. And we made some coffee and oatmeal and ramen. It's 38 degrees out here, so it's quite chilly.
Very hard task for me, but nevertheless, I enjoyed the whole trip very much.
Together, we were able to climb Mount Fuji, so that was our goal, and we all made it.
I think we started some relationships that are going to grow over maybe the next few years. So we're really excited.
I built some relationship with the members to come to the top. I didn't help, but many people helped me.
If I hadn't had my all of friends, I couldn't have come here.
Well, we all made it. It's been a great trip. We all feel like we've got to know each other better, built great relationships. It was really neat to see everybody helping each other out. Whenever somebody fell, so to speak, somebody was there to pick them up. And so it's just been a great bonding experience. And I truly believe this is something we'll remember for the rest of our life.
In important for young people to get involved in missions because I told them that as God has been loving us, we need to share the love of God to others too, especially the Japanese people. They don't know much about God.
Having these people involved in missionary work will get more younger people to share, to believe in Christ.
Just because Taryn and I are over in Japan, that's not the thing that made us a missionary. We believe that all Christians are missionaries, and it's very important to get involved and to see your life and your work as a mission field.
There are people that need to hear the gospel. It's not just about medical care. It's not just about always meeting felt needs, but it's a calling to help those who are hungry, who are thirsty, for not only physical food but spiritual food.
If you're thinking about getting involved in missions work, I think from the route that Nathan and I took, it's been very helpful to do as much research as you can to maybe find a local organization that you can maybe take a class with or learn more about cultural studies and talk to other missionaries. I think for me, talking to other people that have lived in foreign countries and they've been missionaries in different parts of the world, speaking to somebody that has the experience was really helpful for me to get an idea of what to expect.
Living in a foreign country is sometimes very, very scary. So many things happen, so many things could go wrong, but if you have a hope in a God, that you really can overcome with all the fears that you might have.
Well, we just want to thank you for joining us here in Japan. We hope you got a glimpse of what we're doing, from the outreaches to the Bible studies and the church planning. We just want to say thank you to Globe International, and thank you to the television networks, and thank you to all of our friends and our supporters. And from us here in Japan, sayonara! Bye! I'm here live reporting from the center of the hurricane.
I usually come down to the 7-Eleven. Honey, you want rice or noodles for dinner? I just pick it up and put it in a dish back home. He never knows.
Last person to the bottom has to drive home.
Want to get involved with All Over the World? Then visit our website at www.aotw.tv. We're looking for people who have a heart for the lost and are reaching the world with the gospel of Christ.
Hello, I'm Ian Skelly, producer and one of the missionographers here at All Over the World. We have enjoyed bringing you along with us on all of our adventures and showing you what God is doing around the globe. Our goal is not only to challenge and inspire young people to consider missions as a life choice, but also to bless the missionaries that we feature. That is why we as missionographers provide our services, and the television stations that air all over the world donate airtime. But none of this would be possible without the help of viewers like you. Your support is vital, and it can help change the lives of so many. Will you partner with us? Your donations will help us to continue to share God's love to those who have not yet heard. And with all of us giving our time and resources, we can make a difference. So join in on the adventure by calling the number on your screen or visit our website at www.aotw.tv. Thank you for making a difference.